What's up, Basil Babe? It's your girl Joy, back with another banger. How you doing? I know it's been a while. I've just been ripping and running today. So I was talking to my daughter, Sydney. I have 3 children. Sydney will be 21 in July. So in July, for 1 month, I'll have a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 23-year-old. And then my oldest is my son. Then in August, then he turns 24. So then it'll be 21, 22, 24, and then Bobby, my middle daughter, she'll turn 23. And then Sydney will turn 22. Then it'll be 22, 23, 24. Oh my gosh, they're getting so big. Sydney was crying on the telephone the other day. He's like, why don't you come back? When you can come back to Dallas, come to Dallas. Why would I do that? I think I did a video on this before, but here it is again. Some people don't see how I left, why I left, how could I leave my kids? My kids were in college. My kids are away in college. They're gone. For Christmas, I try to come back home for Christmas, get an Airbnb. But with Bobby, she's now moving to Austin from Arkansas. So we're trying to get her situated there. We're going to share her Amazon wish list, her graduation Amazon wish list with you guys. She doesn't need much, baby. She better take that whole storage. Baby, she better take that whole storage with her. And then we figure out what we keeping and what we trashing. I'm downsizing. And it's great that I've been without that stuff for 9 months now. I don't have as much of a strong connection. I mean, at my photo albums, and I told her she better not throw my books away. Don't be throwing my books away. Because they're books written by African-American authors. Some of the books are great. And yes, majority of those books I did read. Now I do audiobooks. I listen to an audiobook every single day. Every day, maybe Sunday if I'm just in the house. Saturday if I'm going somewhere, I'm listening to an audiobook if I'm in a car or something. But I would say 5 out of the 7 days, I'm listening to an audiobook. I just finished one called Chemistry Something. It was cute. It was one of those, like, you can't tell a woman she can't do something. She's capable of doing everything that a man is capable of doing. You know, as far as in the workforce. Why a woman can't be a scientist? Why should a man doing the same job as a woman, why should the man get paid more money? So it was a cute story. It was a cute book. Sad, but cute. So my daughter was like, why did you come? I need to come back to Dallas. I feel more at peace here. I feel like there's more, and that could have been me, there's more community. Because there are a lot of other expats. An expat is someone who lives in another country where they weren't born. There are lots of expats here, and so we build our own community. I feel more included here. I feel more included. I feel like a loner more so in the States. I felt more alone. I like being alone. Don't get it twisted. I feel more included here than I did in the States. In the States, I was by myself. Kids were gone. I didn't really hang out with anybody. I have friends there, but everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody is into their own struggles, their own life. You know, just keeping their own heads above water. And I feel like here, like there's a social committee. They plan events. They at least have 1 or 2 things going on a month. And then I do something. I met a friend at work. She's super sweet. We always doing something. Whether it's pottery, going to ballet. That isn't that exciting. Ballet or whatever. We always find something to do. But they'll ask me, you know, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I feel more included. When my kids are home, they're gone. Just like I came home for Christmas. What did Sydney, my middle daughter, do? I came all the way, flew 24 hours to come back to the States. And what did she do? She planned a whole nother week trip. Now I planned this Christmas thing months in advance because you got to get your tickets well in advance. So your ticket, you spend it about minimum, you drop it about $1,300, $1,300. So saved up money, come home, and got an Airbnb for us to stay. And she flies off to, I think she went to, I don't know where she went, California, to hang out with her friends for Christmas. So she spent Christmas there. But crying for me to move here, but when I come home, you gone. Gone. Make it make sense. Am I the wrong one? But I think raising the kids, and I'm not even gonna get him with Clinton. Clinton, my son, the oldest, he don't mess with any of us. I asked the girls, I no longer follow his YouTube, Instagram, YouTube. I no longer follow those things because I don't approve of the smoking, nor do I approve of the language that he uses. But it's just not my thing. And who am I to say something to him? No, he's grown. But when he needed help, who was their mom? And then never heard again. Bent over backwards. So that kind of, hurts a little bit. So they're gone all the time. Bobby's gone. Now she's moving to law school. She'll never have time. Her head will never be out of the book for the next 3 years, okay? She's off to law school. Never. So I will never see her. Why am I coming back? Then I have to get a car. Then I have to get car insurance. Then I have to find a place to live. Then I'm not doing a car thing again. Then I have to find car insurance, life, all those things. Bills on top of bills. I'll be back to living check to check. I live check to check here too, but there's a little wiggle room. Little wiggle room. I can enjoy life just a little more here than I can in the States. I feel more included here. And so she's crying, talking about I could come back, cannot come back, so therefore I could cook for her and her friends. So that's why you want me to come back? And she said, it feels like I don't have a home. But every minute you get, you gone. Gone. She doesn't like to be alone. She's somebody who doesn't like to be alone. Me, I'm good with it. Look, I've been there, done that. The relationships, the bunking together, No thanks. No thanks. There was the other day, I came home, it started to rain. It was late. It started to rain. And I sat in the living room with the lights off. A glass of wine. Yes, I'm grown. And I opened my patio doors and I didn't want social media. I didn't want anything. And I just enjoyed the rain, the lightning, and the thunder. It was beautiful. And I was like, man, this feels great. I don't have to cater to nobody. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't have to deal with nobody's baggage. I don't have to deal with no attitudes. I don't have to deal with somebody being hot or cold. Baby, it was peaceful. Peaceful, you hear me? It was great. If I'm hungry, I can make me some popcorn and be straight. I might eat the whole bowl. I make good popcorn. I told you I make good popcorn. I'll just be happy. And my ice, I don't got to share my ice with nobody. I go in and be like, you couldn't make more ice? You know it's I'm telling you, it is amazing. It's amazing. But I've had all those experiences. I had the relationships. I had the marriages. I've had the whole family thing. And then I don't want to say I sacrificed, but I put my wants, my desires to the side just so I could do my best for my children. And I guess for some children, my best wasn't good enough, or I was a horrible parent. But I feel like I'm at the second half of my life. Let me live. Why throw that guilt trip? But you're not here. But when I'm there, you're gone. And then Bobby will skip the loo with her friends and her boyfriend and stuff. And I offer her, I said, when you finish school, I said, you can come here. Because, she has to move out of her apartment at school. She has to move out right after graduation. I was like, don't feel like you got to go to stay with somebody. You can come here. And I told her that would have been about $1,300, $1,400, but I don't care. If you don't have anywhere to go, come here. I don't want you to feel like you overstaying your welcome. She was like, no. I said, you sure? Him and her boyfriend and her family, you sure they're going to be okay with you staying there? And I said, the first sign of something goes wrong, you hop on the plane and you come right here. I got you. I remember she had a little fight with her friend before. I drove 3 hours to get my baby. 3 hours, and we'll do it again. I would do it for Clint too. I would do it for any of my kids. I was like, don't feel like you gotta go there because you don't. So you go in there because you want to go. I told you to come here. But she wants to work. She wants to get settled in Austin. So then I'm like, they were gonna come here, but I figured since she's gotta move to a new state, she wants to, use that money to go there, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, so do I really need to come home this summer? Do I really need to go? She was like, but I thought you were gonna help me get settled. So I'm like, this is another life change. So I'll come home close to the end of July. So I'll do end of July, August. So maybe I'll stay for 2 weeks. Stay for two weeks, I guess. And then come back. So I might spend my summer in Greece. I might just spend the summer there in Greece. I don't know. And what I've been told, I've never been, but what I've been told, remember I work with a lot of expats, and they're used to travel. Travel is their life now. They've been traveling for 15, 20 years. Some of them have been doing teaching abroad. It's a different world. And a small part of me wish I had done this sooner with my kids. They would be different kids. I mean, I love who they are, even my son, but I wish I had the wherewithal to give them this opportunity to live abroad. Yeah. And I told Sydney, I said, Sydney, go to the Peace Corps, help people around the world, just see the world. It's like once you get stuck in that mindset of just staying in the US, it's hard to dig out. So with that said, I'll come home. I'll make the sacrifice to come home. But I'm thinking about spending my summer in Greece. I kind of wanted to go on a journey. What kind of journey? And I've talked about it before. I've always wanted to do it. When you go hiking, you go to different churches. It's I forgot what you call it, but you go. It's like a spiritual journey, and you try. But it's gonna be so hot. I think it's the heat, and I think that's gonna cost me more money. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that in October. I could just do a week spiritual journey. And I've talked about it on a previous video, something I've always wanted to do. So I have to see what the cost is from going to Greece, just hanging out in Greece, versus taking this spiritual hike. I think it's in Spain. I don't know. I have to research again. But I followed this lady's YouTube channel, and where she did the hike. It was the heat though, because in the summer, baby, but Greece is gonna be hot. I don't know, I have to see. But I don't want this video to get much longer because I could talk. Sydney, she's going to Australia. She's trying to raise money for that. So she'll be there for 10 days if she could cough up that money. And then she got an internship. So she gone. The whole summer, gone. And then Bobby, she got her job working at Lifetime in the Woodlands. So she'll be doing that. She's working a kid camp or something like that. She busy all summer, busy. You see what I'm saying? And then Clinton, he don't mess with none of us. So what am I coming home to sit around by myself? Meet up with my friends here and there? No, I could be laying on a beach in Greece, trying to get me a Greek god. Okay? I think I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna do me. They'll be mad. I will come home because that's a new phase of her life. I'll come home, go back to the States in the July. Yeah. So I need to start seeing where I can stay. Because from here, for me to go to Greece, maybe $100, $150. But if I consider it in the Airbnb, I think I want to do Airbnb. So I don't, I could cook meals and stuff. But I'm gonna keep that posted. All right, let me go get my cup of ice. I need to finish some of my braids. See, like I started some of the braids. I did a big section of my hair, but I need to finish these. Why be basic when you could be extra? I'll never be basic. Or maybe to some people I am basic. But for my basic, as long as I'm doing what's not basic to me, how I dress may be basic to you. So I guess it is subjective. I dress the way that makes me comfortable. And being just regular, it just doesn't work for me. I gotta find something that's a little crazy, a little cuckoo. So I'm gonna get my ice, girl. I'm gonna sit on the patio. No, I keep saying, Joy, do a puzzle. Then I'm like, Joy, do some braids. Do it, because whenever I do the puzzle, I always feel like there's something else I should be doing. You know what I'm gonna do?